Yeah.
Tony Seagrave.
Yes.
What an amazing result from Tani and your boy today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've still got it all to do tomorrow, but yeah, looking at today, looking at what happened, really pleased. Really pleased.
Okay, just your kind of feelings on the men's result.
I've seen the men's results. I'm trying to gloss over at the moment. So yeah, Lourdes did well.
Leave it at that, shall we?
Yeah,
Thank
pretty
you.
much.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Jennifer Gabrielli, intense. What's your feelings on this old news today?
What are we talking about, Steve Jones?
Well, it's kind of it's an incredible result by the Syndicate.
Oh.
But the wheels is old news, right?
Yeah, well.
29-inch downhill bike.
Recording this?
Of course we are. It's just a reaction to the result
So, my husband made a 29-inch downhill bike a long time ago, but we didn't go to production. It's all right. It's all right. World wasn't ready. Oh my God! Delete! 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 Oh my God! You're killing. Can I call in a? What do you call it on the game
Solicitor?
show? No, when you call a lifeline. Can I call in a lifeline? I'm answering this question.
That's the Saracen team, also ballast bikes. Now, some people say that 27.5-inch wheels are the kind of traditionalist approach, whereas 29 is like an early adopter. Rob Cooksley has won races on 29-inch wheel bikes in the past.
Wow, yeah. I was the first one, wasn't I, in the UK? First one, I think, to win an enduro. I won the, yeah.
There you go.
I've been an advocate. They're a bit boring to ride, though, Steve.
Really?
They are a bit, yeah. But you know, they kind of swap around as quick. And,
We know they're fast.
yeah.
What are your feelings on this result today in the senior men's?
Well, when it comes to a dry track like this, where you can just keep accumulating speed, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, the 29 is just going to keep accumulating. You're not going to hang up on any sharp edges. It's just going to keep bobbling along.
So you subscribe to the fact that like a 27.5-inch wheel digs its own holes?
Yeah.
29 maybe skips across the tops of those?
That's it. Yeah, short stroke, high frequency, and it just pop, pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight through. Yeah.
Do you think that's going to add up to maybe less fatigue for the riders on the hill?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. All of that.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can assure you. Yeah. Yeah. Sad as it is, why don't they just standardise it? Why don't they just make, they've done it in motocross, they've done it in BMX. Just standardise it, man. And then everybody's on a level playing field. Because at the moment, I used to feel that it was crazy that people were allowed to be in the same category, 29 and 26. Back in the day. So,
I mean, okay, so Lourdes Vergier and Lucas Shaw, they're on an upward trajectory with their race results.
Yeah.
They're capable of great results.
Yeah.
But is the result, do you think, being skewed by wheel size?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Unfair advantage at the moment. If you're on them and somebody else isn't, it's there's going to be tighter tracks, more nadgery stuff. Where you're going to find that the 27.5 is a very minimal disadvantage and at a slight advantage, but on a track like this today, in the dry conditions.
What about in the wet box?
Well,
even more.
Well, yeah, off camber, because you've got that greater contact patch, and it just holds off cambers a lot better. Yeah. Jesus, what can you say? Yeah, everybody's it's set to put the cat among the pigeons.
Yeah. What if the dog comes in?
Oh yeah, well that too. I don't know. What do we do? What do we do? But I know what I'd rather ride, and that's 27.5.
Right. Because
it's just more fun. I like doing jumps.
There you go.
I always feel a real tool on a 29 when I'm doing a jump, Yeah.
But I've seen Minar kind of style it up over all the jumps today.
Yeah.
Come on out, Box. You're just being controversial. Trying to slant it around again.
Yeah, but he'll jump a fucking bedstead, wouldn't he?
What?
Put him on a bedstead and he'd jump it, wouldn't he? He'll jump anything.
Right, get on with your work anyway.
No worries.
Product manager.
Director of R&D.
Okay, right. Are we running?
Yeah.
John Riley and Dylan Howes from Trek, key people in development of the Trek session bike. Guys, just a quick kind of reaction to the result today.
Not that surprising, really. I
think we could have predicted that, given the speed of those wheels.
Yeah, the course is super fast. I mean, right now the course is really fast, so it doesn't surprise me that 29er wheels are in 3 of the top 5.
Dylan, given the kind of, if you look at the riders on the hill, the ones on the 29, they seem to get a little bit more kind of getting less of a working over.
Yep.
Do you think there's a definite kind of less fatigue involved in riding a 29?
I absolutely do think so, and that's on one of our last tests. When 2 of us swapped bikes, one on the 29, one on the 27, down the same trail we'd been riding all morning, he took his helmet, looked at me, he goes, "Where'd all the holes go?" I was like, "Where did those holes come from?" I think you definitely feel less fatigue, which...
Is that because if you think of, you've got 70 riders cutting a 27.5-inch groove with all the kind of holes and braking bumps that go with that, whereas the bigger wheels, surely they're gonna hit the tops of some of those holes, right?
Yeah, you get that smoothing effect from the bigger wheel. They stay on top of the little holes that really shake you.
Yeah, I guess that's an interesting point, is that a lot of the rutting and the braking butts are designed on 27.5, so a bigger wheel will, ride better over that than the same wheel going over and over and over and over again.
And so maybe like tomorrow's result, do you think that could be like amplified by the track being cut up and stuff like that, like looser?
But I think it's going to matter what happens overnight, tonight, and tomorrow. If it rains, I think it's going to be a whole different ball game. But I think the results are going to be different tomorrow. But I think you're going to see 29ers in the top 10.
Yeah. Do you think that Lourdes Vergier, Lucas Shaw, incredible riders who are on an upward path?
Yeah.
Do you think that the result has been skewed in any way by wheel size?
I don't know. I think the 2 riders you just mentioned, though, have been on an uphill ride. So you got to give some credit where credit's due, too. We don't know what's happened over the winter. This is when everybody's first out after the winter. They just look like they're pretty sharp anyway. So I'm not sure that I'd give wheels 100% of that credit. I'd give it a partial. But I think in general, those 2 guys have been up and coming anyway, so they kind of had their day.
Yeah.
But we'll see race day. Race day's, race day
different mindset.
and the conditions change too. It could be a whole different game, and that's when I think some experience will come out too as well. But I think 29er played into it today for sure.
It's pretty well known fact that you guys have got 29-inch prototype bikes. Are you kind of gutted in any way that Santa Cruz have beaten you to the party?
Like anything, there's first and best. I think that you'll find that we have a more refined bike because we've been working on it for about 4 or 5 years, and we're pretty much ready to come to production with the bike, not just build a bike for a few races. So I give them credit for putting it together for this race. I think most people were really gearing up for Worlds, because I think Worlds is where everyone figured a 29er was going to excel. So I think they jumped the gun quicker than everybody, but I think you're going to see more 29ers than just them and just us in the future anyway.
Great. Thanks very much, guys. That's recording, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Oster is the product manager from Canyon Bikes, key man behind the sender. Dan, just a quick reaction to today's result in the men's category.
I'm really happy that we are in the top 10 with the first race, and yeah.
Do you think the result is skewed in any way by wheel size?
Difficult thing, I guess. Guys are always on the top, so it's hard to say. Is it the wheel? Is it the rider? Yeah, I don't know at the moment. I haven't tested it, so yeah.
Are you guys having any discussions about 29-inch wheels?
Yeah, for sure. We have in discussion. Yeah, what's the best wheel size? What's the best tire width? Yeah. But
you've ridden 29-inch wheel bikes, though, right?
Yeah, for
enduro
sure.
bikes.
Yeah.
Do you think that when you've got 70 riders going down the hill and they're cutting up the track, making braking bumps, that's the whole rhythm to a track, whereas a bigger wheel is going to have a different rhythm and maybe an advantage?
Different rhythm. Yeah, for sure it helps you in those conditions. Yeah. I think so. That can have a benefit, and yeah.
Dan doesn't want to say too much. Should we leave it at that? Let's get him on the sunlight. So this man here is
when we went to jail, I remember.
Cedric Gracia, who's pretty familiar to winning a World Cup race. Cedric, just a quick reaction to today's qualifying result.
I knew it before we even start. I love how people love to talk shit. First run out of the year, after practice, first time run, boom, story is over. You can talk as much as you want now about 29 gear or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Done, over, wrapped. Yeah, it's good.
Cedric, you've ridden a lot of bikes, you've ridden a lot of 29-inch wheel bikes, right? Would you say there's a kind of difference in fatigue on a 29 compared to 27.5?
For me, what I felt from day one, even when we ride the tall boy, I mean, we had a small travel and stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't know if it's me, but I feel a lot cleaner on those bikes. Yes, I feel slow on it because everything is just like smooth. Then, yeah, all of a sudden you're sitting more, just waiting for some like turbulence and what you have on 27.5. But it's a feeling you have. But when you look at the timing, it's clearly faster. And it's hard, yeah, to make like a big travel bike, of course, because all those angles and big suspension don't fit. You cannot put a 200 or 220 millimeters on the back suspension, but I don't think you did that much.
It's a pretty exciting moment in time, isn't it, today?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it because I wasn't sure. I know it's quickly faster. Obviously, the track have to be as well on your side. But a long time ago, yeah, it was true. In a tiny track, everything was a lot harder. You need to place the bike, like switch back. But now,
like maybe Navigal or something like that.
But now, like all the swing arm are a lot shorter, and and the bike was first today. It's not even everyone could think it could be a large or extra large bike. No. It's a medium.
Hey, Cedric, what I want to talk to you about actually is it's now kind of 20 years since Christian Taillefer was the Frenchman winning in Ligier.
True.
So Frenchman, French soil. I mean, those were the days when there was maybe 4 French riders on the podium, right? Like yourself, Nico, Pascal.
Yeah, Pascal.
So like, I mean, France is pretty strong at the minute.
It's getting back, and I think thank you, Bruni, because Bruni big back because we lost like for 10 years, like not a really good rider. We always had good riders, but I mean to make the cut now, it's a lot tougher. And Bruni definitely showed the way, and he showed as well to Vergier, and he took it with him. And I think Bruni been teach really good as well with Blanky. And I think it all started from that. And now all the young guys want to be the new Bruni, and I think it's cool for France. But yeah, it's tough now, though. It's like you have to admit it. A lot of people say, oh, it was the same, you know, when you was racing. I think it's a little bit tougher now. You have to admit it. I mean, the bikes are better, suspension are better, brakings are better, but I think it's harder.
Do you wish you were on the hill today?
On the dry condition, yeah. Except when I saw the wall don't look friendly. But if it rained, man, I know that here. I'm born here in Pau. That's what I ride when I was 17, and when it rained, I was making sure I don't go there because I went twice and I basically crash every 5 meters. Then I know that here. I know it's gnarly and.
It's going to be a great race tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be so rad. But first, before tomorrow, we're going for aperitif.
Cool. Thanks, Cedric.
Nice to see you.
Okay,
Rob Roscop needs no introduction. Actually, Rob, what's your job title these days?
Chairman of the board.
Okay, right. So the chairman of the board.
That's my official title.
Chairman of the board.
I like, you know, whatever founder. That's easy.
Okay.
I don't like titles.
It's a pretty straightforward thing. Every kind of serious racer around the world now is going to be asking, when can we buy a 29-inch V10?
Well, the rule states 9 months, so.
Huh?
9 months is the rule in the UCI.
Really?
Yeah.
Rule? I didn't realize. Sorry, I'm not aware of this rule. So it says.
Basically, if whatever you're racing on, it has to be for sale within 9 months.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Keep an eye on their website. Rob, also, I mean, what a moment in time.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty historical.
Totally.
Fun time.
Yeah.
Because it just with all the uproar and people talking, you watch the forum board since they broke the press, and 60% are kind of roughly, I don't know, from what I read, are for it, but there's a lot of people that aren't. And then when we got here and people saw, at least with the other teams, it seemed more like 70-30 against.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel there has been an undercurrent this weekend within the pits.
Totally.
I mean, there seems to be like even some battles within teams.
It has been very friendly.
Friendly fire.
No, it's a weird vibe. And, it's the strangest thing I've felt at a World Cup.
Yeah.
So, but today it just it made it all worthwhile. All the efforts and what the guys did. I mean, it's a lot of work went into this, and you never know. You hear rumors and people talking how many teams were going to come prepared, and we weren't 100% certain.
And it's another step in the evolution of the sport, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's all about winning. Yeah.
100%.
Right? So you do whatever you can.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And we leave it at that.